Walk into a shopping center you've never visited before, in a country you've never been to, and something strange happens. Within minutes, you know exactly where you are. You may not recognize the brands, the language, or even the food, but the space itself feels familiar. Wide corridors, bright lighting, anchor stores at the edges, food gathered in one zone, bathrooms tucked just out of sight. This isn't coincidence, and it isn't creative stagnation. Shopping centers feel the same everywhere because sameness is one of their most valuable tools. At the heart of every large retail development is a single, expensive goal: reduce uncertainty. Developers are investing hundreds of millions of dollars before the first shop opens. Every design decision is measured against one question: will this work reliably? Over decades, certain layouts have proven they do. When a design increases foot traffic, keeps people moving comfortably, and delivers predictable sales, it spreads. Not by imitation, but by data. Global retail architecture is shaped less by artistic vision and more by spreadsheets. Developers don't want surprise, they want repeatable outcomes. That's where familiarity comes in. When a space feels familiar, people relax. They move more confidently, they spend less mental energy navigating and more time browsing. You don't have to think about where to go, you just go. That ease is powerful. Most shopping centers are designed using variations of the same circulation model. Long sightlines encourage forward movement, gentle curves prevent visual dead ends. Atriums act as orientation points, helping people subconsciously map the space. These features aren't local traditions, they're global solutions to human behavior, and they're taught, reused, and refined by the same handful of international design firms. A relatively small number of architectural and retail consultancy companies design shopping centers across dozens of countries. They carry proven templates from project to project, adjusting details but keeping the core logic intact. From the developer's perspective, originality is risk. Familiarity is insurance. Retailers feel the same way. Global brands want stores that behave predictably. They know how many customers a certain layout can handle. They know how lighting, ceiling height, and frontage width affect sales. When a shopping center follows a familiar structure, it's easier to lease. Tenants know what they're getting, and predictable tenants make financiers comfortable. Sameness isn't aesthetic, it's financial. There's also a psychological layer. Humans are pattern recognition machines. When we recognize a space, we feel competent inside it. That feeling of competence reduces friction. You're less likely to leave early, less likely to feel lost, more likely to wander. That's why unfamiliar malls rarely feel alien for long. Your brain quickly slots the environment into a known template. Food must be somewhere ahead, bathrooms will be tucked away, escalators will connect visible vertical paths. Even when the details change, the structure stays the same. This sense of sameness also serves a social purpose. Shopping centers are designed to feel neutral. They must appeal to teenagers, retirees, tourists, parents, and workers, often at the same time. Strong regional character can alienate as many people as it attracts. So malls aim for emotional neutrality. Bright but not dramatic, modern but not cutting edge, comfortable but not memorable. The goal is not to impress, it's to avoid discomfort. That's why shopping centers in different countries can feel strangely interchangeable, even when surrounded by very different cultures. The sameness isn't a failure of imagination. It's a compromise that keeps foot traffic broad and steady. Over time, these compromises harden into conventions. Once a layout becomes standard, it trains both shoppers and retailers to expect it. Deviating from that expectation becomes risky. A radically different mall doesn't just confuse visitors, it confuses leasing agents, store designers, and operations teams. So most developers don't ask, what could this space be? They ask, what has worked before? And the answer is often something very familiar. That doesn't mean shopping centres never change. They evolve slowly. Open-air precincts appear when climate and culture allow. Food zones expand when dining becomes an experience. Entertainment moves in when retail alone isn't enough. But even these changes plug into the same underlying framework. The bones stay the same. Because at scale, sameness isn't boring, it's efficient, it reduces anxiety, it simplifies decision-making, it makes unfamiliar places feel safe. And that quiet comfort is what allows shopping centres to function almost anywhere in the world. So the next time you step into a mall that feels oddly familiar, even halfway across the globe, remember this: you're not imagining it, you're walking through a design that has been carefully repeated, tested, and refined. That's why it feels the same.